And onto the African scene, the African Union convened the fifth mid-year coordination meeting of the African Union, the regional economic communities, the regional mechanisms, and the African Union member states on the 16th of July 2023 in Nairobi, Kenya. The meeting convened under the AU theme of the year 2023, Acceleration of African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA. Implementation. The meeting was preceded by the 43rd Ordinary Session of the Executive Council, which took place from the 13th to 14th of July 2023.
While the African Union Commission, the AUC, and the United Nations Development Programme launched the African Facility to support inclusive transition. On the sidelines of the 5th African Union, the Media Coordination Meeting in Nairobi, Kenya, on the 15th July 2023, the AFSIT aims at providing support to countries undergoing complex political transitions and countries at risk. In May 2023, African Union heads of state and governments reiterated a zero-tolerance stance against unconstitutional changes of government and called for collective action in developing a robust mechanism for deepening democracy and collective security on the continent. In response to this call, the AU Commission and the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, joined efforts to launch the AFSIT, an innovative initiative aimed at providing comprehensive programmatic support to African countries undergoing complex political transition.
Well, high-level speakers at the launch event included His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo, the former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Kori Singh-Oe, Principal Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, Kenya, representing His Excellency William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya. Mr. Dohir Dokama, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, in charge of Diaspora and Francophonie, Comoros, representing His Excellency Azali Assoumane, President of the Union of the Comoros and Chairperson of the African Union for 2023, and Ambassador Mohamed Tiao, Permanent Representative of the Republic of Senegal and Chairperson of the Peace and Security Council in July 2023.
Ambassador Bankole Adeyu, AU Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, stated in his welcoming remarks, he said FCET is a practical and pragmatic mechanism that is geared towards boosting the capacity of all actors in the democratic governance space. It is a facility to capacitate those who will stand as watchdogs for democracy. Now, Ahuma Ezawa, UN Assistant Secretary General, UNDP Assistant Administrator, and Director of the Regional Bureau for Africa, said the facility calls for a refocus on development, including good governance, human rights, and access to basic services such as education and healthcare as a critical means to not only prevent coups but also sustain peace. This is particularly crucial in regions like the Sahel, which face a heightened risk of coups.
Well, the primary objective of AFCET is to assist in the development of credible, inclusive, and legitimate transition roadmaps, mechanisms, and institutions, ultimately leading to the restoration of constitutional rule, democracy, and stability in relevant countries. AFCET complements existing AU, regional economic communities, and regional mechanisms, the RECs/RMs, and UN instruments, as well as initiatives by development partners to ensure inclusive transitions. The facility will proactively anticipate, respond to, and address complex political crises within AU member states.
Well, the implementation of AFCET will occur in phases, with initial priority given to addressing UCG as defined by AU norms. This will encompass responses to military coup d'etats and instances of democratic process manipulation. AFCET will also extend support to at-risk countries teetering on the edge of a political crisis as identified by early warning signs and data from the AU and the UN. AU member states, including members of the Peace Security Council, representatives from the UN, the AU, the REX, the RMs, as well as respective bilateral and multilateral stakeholders participated at the event's launch.
Now, summarily, the Executive Council has elected and appointed members of several African Union organs. The elections are held in adherence to equitable geographical and gender representation. To be duly elected, the candidates must attain 2/3 majority votes. The African Commission on Human and People's Rights, ACHPR, is an organ of the AU, headquartered in Banjo, the Gambia, entrusted to lead continental efforts to protect and promote human and people's rights and interpret the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. The following members were elected and appointed as commissioners to serve for a period of 6 years at the ACHPR. Professor Remy Ngouilumbu, Democratic Republic of Congo, re-elected for a second term. Ms. Salma Sassi Seifa, Algeria. Mr. Essam Hatem, Tunisia, re-elected for a second term. Ms. Maria Teresa Manuela, Angola, also re-elected for a second term.
While the African Union Advisory Board Against Corruption is an autonomous organ of the AU that plays a key role in promoting and encouraging the adoption of measures and actions by state parties to the African Union Convention on Preventing and Combating Corruption to prevent, detect, punish, and eradicate corruption and related offenses in Africa. The following members were elected and appointed to serve for a period of 2 years on the board. The members who take office in October 2023: Honorable Mater Dakagwam from Chad, re-elected for a second term; Mr. Principe Nsemuse from Burundi; Ms. Abebe Emiela Amgante from Ethiopia; Mr. Chaika Baba Ahmed from Mauritania; Mr. Erika Senolo from Botswana.
Now, the African Union Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, ACERWC, is an African Union organ mandated to monitor the implementation of the African Charter on the rights and welfare of the child, as well as promote and protect children's rights in Africa. It is a continental quasi-judicial body tasked with children's issues. The following members were elected and appointed to serve for a period of 5 years: Mr. Ghislaine Roche Edsan, Congo, Brazzaville; Miss Sabrina Gahar, Algeria; Miss Poloko Nogert, Swarang, Botswana.
While the African Union Commission on International Law is an advisory organ of the Union mandated to strengthen and consolidate the principles of international law and to agree on common approaches to international legal developments, AUCIL also works towards maintaining standards in important areas of international law. The following members were re-elected and appointed to serve for a period of 5 years: Mr. Calvin Ferdinand Njiba, Gabon; Ms. Samina Buruba, Algeria; Ms. Sinduso Kumalo, Zambia; Mr. Elian Didier Olinga, Cameroon.
Now, the African Union Board of External Auditors audits the accounts of the AU to ensure efficiency of the financial management system, including accounting, the internal controls, and in general, the administration and management of the organization, especially regarding internal liaisons between the various authorities responsible for the framing, preparation, and administration of the annual budget. Libya will join as a member of the Board of External Auditors, BOEAs. As that's about it for the African Union 5th mid-year coordination meeting, and we hope the elected and appointed live up to the task assigned them.